What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of C-Dub's Blind Life. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. Definitely want to hit that like button, and you definitely want to hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss out on all the great content from this channel, not to mention all the giveaways I do, like the one I just did. So first and foremost, just thank every single one of you subscribers. You guys are absolutely all amazing. I'll never stop saying it. You guys are what pushed me to keep doing what I'm doing. You're just awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for all the love and just the support I get from you guys all. Just thank you all so much. And always thank you to Andy & Co, for my sponsor, for keeping me fresh. Back to the YouTube today. That's right, wear your own stuff. got that YouTube on the eye patch too. Don't forget about that. And rocking the Wiener Schnitzel hat. All right, guys. So yeah, big shout out to Wiener Schnitzel, man. They're a great place. One of my buddies actually owns it. Like the hat says, world's most wanted wiener. That's right. If you don't know, now you know. But we have a great show for you guys today. So I'll let the intro kick, and we'll be back, and we'll get into this thing. All right, then, guys. This is C-Dub. This is my blind life. Life, you know, the car wants to grip and go, so thank you guys all for subscribing. Appreciate you all, and definitely keep watching. There's a lot more is coming up. Thank you. What was it at? Yes! Yes! Yeah! Oh my gosh. I don't think you viewers know how much that means. Oh my gosh. Yeah, back and say yeah! 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 I am exuberant, guys, okay? I'm very, very happy. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back. So this episode is a little bit of explanation about what's sitting behind me right here, this motor. I was asked by just tons of people, like before, why'd you choose a B16? Like, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? So I felt, you know what? I think it's time now that she's done, she's doing amazing, great things, to go ahead and explain a little bit, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this a little bit. So pretty much, the motor that you see behind you, for everyone that can't see, it's a yellow valve cover with a carbon fiber. Actually, it's not gonna lie, it's fake carbon fiber, but it's a carbon fiber spark plug cover. So it looks really clean, not gonna lie. So the reason for this motor, right? So to be honest about that, this car actually wasn't the original car I was gonna go in. So, after like starting losing my sight, and losing my dad in 2018, the beginning of 2019, I was like, I got to do something. I'm starting to get depressed, and my sight started getting worse, and I had actually been let go from my job, so it was really like a hard time. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time that I do something to, have a hobby to do something, to kind of take my mind off of things. So I ended up buying a 97 Civic hatchback. It was actually like the DAP purple, so almost the midnight Type R color for the Civics that year, the EK9. So I bought that. I let it sit from about January until July. My mom ended up passing away, sadly, that same year, in June. And, I was just like, man, and I can't believe this. And I was just at the point I was going to sell the car. I had actually spent from January until, like in June, buying stuff for the car. I bought a, carbon fiber like wing, a spoon carbon fiber wing. I bought some carbon fiber mirrors. I bought a EK9 front lip, EK9 headlights, so black housing headlights like the Type R front lip. I ended up coming up on some real EK9 red JDM carpet for the inside. I bought a 2000 SI cluster for it. I got the 50/50 tail lights, everything to make it look cool. Got some 16-inch Rota Track R wheels that are like tuner style wheels. I ended up buying some one-piece coilovers as well. So I was sitting there like in between this time, and this motor was actually like in pieces. So I was like, I need to do something about getting a motor. So every motor I looked at, I messaged people for, they were gone. And so I was like, okay, well, cool, I guess I'll just wait. And I actually came into some money, and I was okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just buy like a good motor, a full motor, and call it a day. And then like everyone I like ended up messaging was like, oh, well, now I want this, and I'm like, I'm not paying for that. So it was one of those things where it was a demand problem, and everyone like knew their stuff was worth some money, so they just kept it, even though they were charging over the price what it was worth. So I was all right, man, I'll just keep looking, whatever. So I ended up finding this motor. It was all in pieces, total pieces. Most of the stuff that came with wasn't even half the stuff that's on the car. So it came with some stock, it's a B16. I messaged this kid. He actually bought the motor to take the head off and then do a B20V, or actually to do an LS VTEC. He found out his LS block was bad, and so he ended up buying a B20. He threw the B20 in just to make it run, and then he was gonna do B20V later on. And then he ended up just selling the car because someone offered him like a lot of money for it. So he's like, I just want to get rid of all this stuff. Come get it, whatever. And so he had it posted all for like about, I think it was like $500 or something like that, for everything, like a bunch of this stuff, a bunch of extra single cam stuff. So I'm like, well, I'll message him, see what's up. So I messaged him, we're talking a little bit. He's like, yeah, people are just flaking, but if you want it, we can work something out. I'm like, well, hey, I'm serious about it, how much would you take? And he's like, I'll take this. I'm like, let's meet at this price. So we met at a reasonable price in the middle. So I was happy with it. So I bought the motor, and I'm like, yeah, I started getting plans. I was like super happy. And actually I had to be honest with you, I had I had full Type R suspension for the Civic. So I was all right, cool. It's gonna be a real EK9. I had the real EK9 wheels, the CTR wheels. I'm like, yeah, dude, my Civic's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fast, this and that. So right off the bat, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a cool little hatch. And then, I was looking. I've been looking for an RS Integra for so long because that's what I originally wanted. I wanted like a Type R clone because I've never had a Type R. I've always had like GSRs, GSs, LSs. And stuff like that, but I never had a, like a real, or not a real Type R, because I don't have a real Type R, but I never had like an RS, so I wanted that one really bad. So when it came across, and the guy had it, and then right around that time was when my mom passed away, and I was like, man, dude, I'm sorry, I just can't do it right now. I got stuff I got to handle on the other end of stuff, so I can't do anything. I mean, I understand, just keep in touch. It'll probably still be there. If you want it later, people keep flaking. So I'm like, all right, cool, man, cool. I'll let you know if I have some extra money. I'll let you know, but I might just try to sell my suspension, this and that. And he's like, what suspension? I'm like, I got some 5-lug, I'm gonna sell. At this time, I had already actually sold the wheels. I got the wheels for a really good deal, and then I ended up selling them for like almost 3 times as much as I got them for. So I was like, I'll just find different wheels for the 5-lug. And then he was like, well, if you got Type R suspension, then, I would trade you for the car. And I'm like, well, okay. And, honestly, he was asking about, I think it was $800 for the car. I had bought the suspension for $700, just to be honest and open with you guys back then. And so I was like, well, I was like, well, I don't know if it's really worth it, to be honest, and then he was like, well, why don't you come look at it and see if you like it? So I went and looked at it with a buddy. It was what I wanted. I'm like, well, I got the suspension. So he's like, well, how about this? How about, to make it worth it for you, how about I bring the car to you? And the guy lived pretty far away. He lived about a good 2.5, almost 3 hours away. So I'm like, okay, that sounds about fair. Okay, that's cool. So he brought the car. And then I'm like, cool, you know, I'm gonna build something cool for this. I'll find something later on. My goal is the purple car, you know, let's get it done. So like, you know, after my mom passed away and stuff like that, my buddy's like, you know, we have to do something, you know, keep your mind off this. And I'm like, well, yeah. So we started building the purple car. So the purple car, you'll actually put a picture in it for you guys. You know, it actually, we get everything to it, got it all done. I'm like, cool, you know, it looks great, this and that. And then this time, I'm like, all right, you know, my neighbor across the street, you guys always hear when I'm doing my videos, he knew a good machine shop, so I started buying stuff to build it, to, you know, have it bored out and stuff like that. And so I plan to put it in the purple car, and my buddy's like, dude, why don't you just buy like a single cam, throw it in the purple car, and then, you know, throw this built motor and, you know, the Integra. I'm like, dude, that's a good idea. You know what? That's pretty cool. That way, you know, because I was going to go turbo with the Civic, and then I was like, all right, you know what? That'll work. So, you know, that was the plan. So I ended up coming up on a single cam, threw it in, and then yeah, I'm like, all right, you know, so this one's done pretty much. A couple of stuff need to be like cleaned up, but it was no big deal. I'm like, cool, you know, now I can focus on, you know, getting the motor built and throw it in the white car, you know, the car behind me. So actually, you know, like I said, I wanted 5 lug for the white car, which I have now, but I had to get rid of it, you know, to get the car. So, you know, I was like, all right, I gotta get some more. So my buddy actually had a set, and he wanted my purple car. So I was like, you know what, really, I built this car. It kind of showed that I could do some stuff, you know, like my buddy helped me do most of it. Obviously, he actually did about like 75% of it. I actually got to turn some wrenches on that one, but I didn't have a channel at the time. But I'm like, all right, well, you know, the next one I do, I definitely want to do it on YouTube, which is kind of show that I'm doing stuff. And so, you know, the purple car, I was like, you know, like it kind of helped me get through what I was going through, and helped me know that, you know what, now for the next one, I want to go all the way. I want to go hard with this one. So, you know, I ended up trading it to my buddy. Actually, he gave me like some more Type R suspension, funny enough. He gave me a bunch of other interior pieces I need to finish, the interior of the white car, and some other stuff as well. So, all in all, it was a fair trade for me for the amount of money that was into the car. And then I focused on this one. So, you know, more stuff happened after that. I won't really jump into it, but the same buddy that was supposed to help me kind of screwed me, but you know, it's whatever, onward, upward. And then, you know, I got lucky, and I asked my good friend Ricky Eichert from Speed Factory, did he know anybody trustworthy enough to help me do it? And, you know, he sent me to Papa Ernst. Like, you know, we have a really good guy, you know, he runs 8s, he's a really good guy. So I'm like, all right, man, you know, you're my man. Like, we worked out the pricing, worked everything out. You know, I was naive in the beginning to think that, you know, without the stuff I had to have done to it last, I would hit the goal I wanted to hit. So my whole goal in my head was like, you know, 200 HP. All right, I'm getting 200 HP out of this motor. I'm like, yeah, you know, I got stage 3 cams, this and that. You know, I'm old. You know, I'm 40. So back in the day, it's like you threw some cams in, you threw this in, and bam, you know, all of a sudden you're telling everybody, oh, you're at like, you know, like 250 horsepower, this and that, when really you were at like 180. So, you know, it was just really naive of me, like, to not do 100% research. I just assumed that I could, you know, grab some cams. You know, I did all the stuff for the head, except for porting and polishing it. And during this time, I had a B16 transmission that didn't come with the car. I went and bought, and so, you know, it was just, you know, a bunch of stuff, and it was really great because I got to go around, and I didn't buy all the stuff like from stores. You know, I bought like a lot of the stuff, like most of it was brand new. Like, obviously, like all the head stuff was all brand new. The cams were used, but they were very, very slightly used. They were used for a dyno, and that was it. So I got to meet a lot of really cool people along the journey of the build of this car. So, you know, it was really, really great to get to do that versus just going to a store or just ordering stuff, and then that's kind of it. You know, I'm a people person, so I really got to enjoy the time of traveling to, you know, Oregon a couple times to grab some parts. You know, I got the clutch from there. I grabbed some other stuff from there. I got the wheels that are on it, the 17s. I grabbed those from there. Like, it's been just a tremendous journey to get the car where it is now. So, you know, and that was the first, you know, the first build, you know, where, you know, I built it, and I came up short. You know, I came up with a 171 to the wheels. Very unhappy, disappointed. My tuner Kenny at Turbo Gixxer Tuning, great tuner, just told me, hey man, like, enjoy it. I'm like, nah man, how do I get 200? He's like, dude, you're gonna spend more money to do it. You know what? All I can tell you right now, enjoy it. I'm like, all right man, all right. And the whole ride home, I'm thinking like, dude, I came up short. I'm mad. You know, my buddy Dr. J took me there to get it tuned, and he's like, well, you know, you tried. I'm like, no man, I'm not done. I'm like, screw that, I'm not done. You know, I'm upset. I'm very upset with this, so I got to figure it out. I was like, no man, just leave it. You know, I'm like, no, I'm not. And you know, if I was driving, you know, if I had sight and I could drive, you know, I might have just went and enjoyed it some more than worried about it later. But you know, I'm like, now I'm sitting just thinking like, okay, well, you know, I spent all this time to hit a goal. I didn't hit it. I gotta hit it. Like, you don't come up short. You go for it all. You don't quit. You know, like I had this goal in my head, so I was like, I have to hit it. So, you know, further research, talking to more people, like, hey, how'd you hit your goal? Blah, 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 blah. And then that's when I ran into all the haters. Like, you know what? You're not going to get 200 horsepower. You're not going to do it. So someone else did it doesn't mean you're going to do it. You know, you got 171. That's more than I thought you'd get. That's pretty good. I would leave it at that. Call it good. I'm like, nah, first of all, I don't know you. Second of all, you don't know me. You don't know my motivation. You don't know my determination. You really don't know anything about me. Just because you hit a brick wall doesn't mean you stop, okay? You pound through that brick wall, all right? You do whatever you have to do to get through it. So more research, like I said, found the right cams I need to get. Obviously, you know, and the funny thing about it was, you know, like the port and polish that I had to get for the head, I actually was gonna get it because I came in a little bit more money. And I was, you know, I'm gonna get the head port and polish, but then by then, you know, Papa Ernst had already started on the motor, so I don't wanna, you know, pull it back from him and say, hey, you know, let me get that back to go do this. So, and luckily I didn't, because some other stuff came up at the time that would have caused it to, you know, kind of be like a little bit of an issue. So, you know, at this time, you know, I talked to a good friend of mine now, Eric Steen, who's an all motor guy, you know, and he just, you know, hey, you know, there's like little tricks, tidbits you could do to get it, you know, and I, during the other time as well, you know, the tranny that I had, I ended up coming up on a, you know, Civic Type R transmission, so the limited slip, different gearing. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily give you horsepower, obviously, but it'll definitely hold down your torque and hold down your horsepower. So I was like, all right, you know, had it gone through, had it all cleaned up, stuff like that. Did the port and polish, got different cams, put on the transmission, had the whole intake manifold, the throttle body, 70 mil throttle body, had it all port matched. And, you know, she was ready to rock and roll, ready to go, had everything dialed in, had the, you know, had the cams agreed. And, you know, people are still like, dude, you're going to get like maybe like 180, this and that. And I'm like, nah, I'm getting it. I don't care what you say, I'm getting this, watch. So, literally, you know, went in for the dyno, you know, hit the goal. You know, thanks for Rich at Rich Tune for getting me there. You know, I would have went back to Kenny, but he was totally booked up. And I didn't realize I had an appointment that I set like months ago with Rich. And so I called and asked when my appointment was. They're like, actually, you know what? It's today. I'm like, whoa, really? So like, you know, just, I always believe things happen for a reason. You know, I always believe that, you know, I do believe in God. I'm not trying to tell anyone else you have to, but you gotta believe in something. So I believe in a higher power, and things just aligned so great that it all worked out. So, you know, I'm stoked about what the car is doing, where it's at now. There's some more things I have to do to it to get it to where it needs to be 100% where I want to be. But this has been the journey of it, and I just want to thank all you guys that have reached out to me, all you guys that have came with me on this whole journey. You know, my journey came with me on this whole car build. Just thank you guys all. You guys have no idea what that feels like, having the support of this many people behind you, watching you, reaching out to you, telling you that, you know, you're doing great things and you're really helping them. Like, that to me is priceless. You can't put a dollar on that, you know. Like, people always say, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, you're not doing, you know, people like have the whole perspective, like, you know, you don't have a lot of followers on YouTube, you don't have that many subscribers, you know, whatever, and so you become a sub chaser, and that's not what I want. People out there, I hear they buy subscribers. I am buying nobody. All right, guys, I have enough to worry about in my own home and with the cars, you know, and all that stuff like that. I don't want to buy your subscription. I want to earn your subscription. All right, guys. So that to me is what it's all about. It's always about earning it and not just getting it. You know, if it was that easy to have subscribers and do stuff, everybody would do it, you know, and who knows what kind of content would just be out there, to be honest with you guys. So I just really appreciate you guys for telling me that the content from my channel is good. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, telling me that I'm touching your lives, and that, you know, what I've done just with this thing in the background right here has been like a tremendous impact on not just me, but on you as well, to let you know that there's no limits, guys. You're only limited to what you limit yourself to, and that you keep fighting, you keep pulling through. So I'm just always humbled, overwhelmed, and just joyous that I have so many great subscribers, which is why I do the giveaways I do. You know, it's not always about the money. That's why I was like, you know, with the K-Tune stuff, I was like, you know, I came up on it because of a deal. I'm not gonna use them. I respect you guys and love you guys all so much for just being someone that's willing to watch what I'm going through in life and what I'm saying, and that I appreciate it enough that you guys respect what I'm saying and you can take it into your own lives. That's what matters to me, is that taking something from someone else that could be their negative, that makes you a positive. So I try to take, like I said, will always say this, take all the negative stuff people say and harness it and turn it into positivity. Because when you take that and you fuel yourself with all the negativity and all the shit other people said about you, woo, there is no harder fire and no hotter fire than that, guys. There is not. A motivated you is 100% unstoppable, and people don't like that. So keep doing the stuff people don't like. So just thank you guys all so much. I appreciate you. Enjoy the pictures of, you know, and like a little bit of slideshow I do after this, the purple car from where it was to where it went. Just thank you guys all so much. And the next giveaway, guys. So I'm gonna do a next giveaway at 500 subscribers. So we're merely about 240 away. So yeah, please feel free to share this. You know, like I said, please share this. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Definitely hit the notification bell, like I said, for the giveaways I do. Because I respect you guys and love you guys all so much. I try to make my giveaways great. I got an amazing giveaway I'm gonna do at 500 subscribers, and a humongous one I'm gonna do at 1,000. So I really hope you guys just continue to subscribe, continue to watch, continue to share this video, and I hope that, you know, you have people out there and amongst yourselves that could possibly need to hear this, that you share this with them and they take a lot out of it. Because it's not just about the cars, it's about, you know, the positivity, it's about, you know, the mental health and just the motivation and just the lifting each other up that people don't do anymore. Like, I'm all about lifting you up. That's what I want to be, not tearing you down. So just thank you guys all. I appreciate you guys all so much. And one more look at that beautiful motor right there behind you, behind me. And with that being said, you know what? No limits, guys. You're only limited to what you limit yourself to. Love you all. And I watch it drive away. Fun project, fun doing stuff with it. Thanks to my buddy who helped me get everything done. Love him. But, you know, now it's time to go.